What's up, guys? Dan Ken Reacts here. Today I'm reacting to Paranormal Activity in the Haunted Watts Family Home by KingFrostmare. Now, I heard of the Chris Watts thing happening back in 2018, but I never fully got it until like 2020 or 2021, where I find out what actually happened in the house and in the family. I recently watched the Netflix documentary of the Watts family, and what I had to say was it was very interesting and it was pretty sad. It was kind of like shocking, which I did not know about Shannon. Shannon was kind of controlling and kind of, how do I say it? Not abusive, but she was kind of controlling and bossy to him, which, yeah, she was not a good person to him either. Like, do the text messages and stuff with her friend Nicole, or I forgot her name is. Yeah, she was bossy. She wanted, like, to do stuff with him. I think there were some times where he did not want to do it, or he just didn't feel like it. Like, he was tired and just wants to rest. And she would always, throw a tantrum or cry, or basically just, gets mad where he doesn't do stuff that she wants. Like, I pause every minute of that video, of that documentary, and I get mad. I'm like, if he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. Like, he's tired. He works too, not just you. You work at home. He works over there. So he should be more tired than you. So, I mean, if he's not feeling like doing all that stuff, leave him alone. He'll let you know when he's ready, but at the same time, it's like, he's tired. He wants to rest. But yeah, she was not a good person. I'm not choosing sides, but I know a lot of people were. There was a controversy between those two. I know a lot of people on Facebook were siding with him, and some were siding with her. Well, they're saying like, "Oh, well, that's what she gets for bossing him around and doing this stuff to him. It was her fault that she made him like this, and it's her fault that he did this to her." And a lot of people were saying like, "No, it wasn't. He was an awful person, this and that." And a lot of people were saying like, "No, he was a good father to his kids. It was just she was the one that was controlling him." And I remember someone called her a B word, which I'm like, some of that I agree with her, yes. But yeah, I do not agree with him doing that to her, but at the same time it's like she could have done better. She could have not do that to him, and yet everything would have been fine. But yeah, I'm not choosing sides. It's just she did not deserve that. None of them did. But yeah, the original video will be in the description down below. Sorry if I took too long in this video. If you want to watch this video after this, go ahead if you want to. Now let's get to the video and see what's up.
Tonight's episode.
Which one was this one? Who's that?
Hello guys, today we want to look at some recordings from the infamous Watts family home, which were taken by several officers' body cams, as well as the county search team. If you are not familiar with the unbelievable story of the Watts case, go check out this video in the right top corner by Our World TV, who sums the whole story up quite nicely. This incident occurred on August 13th of 2018.
Yeah.
Chris tried to cover the whole story up, but got caught by his neighbor's CCTV camera while he was about to dispose of the remains and other pieces of evidence that could tie him to this case as a suspect.
He got quiet when he actually got caught in that video. It is believed that
the search team, as well as different officers that were investigating the house, could pick up several unexplained sightings and EVPs. Some people believe them to be stemming from and featuring Shannon and her two daughters. The unit enters, and it doesn't take long for the person with the body cam to capture the first really unusual thing. Some people claim that one of the daughters can be seen up the stairs while the search team makes their entrance into the living room. Let's watch that again.
Wait, where?
It smells like cleaning, doesn't it?
Wait, where? Oh, I see it. That's creepy. That's to be... So what, that's both of them
I can't
then?
say for certain if this is truly an apparition, but it is definitely possible. What do you think?
Was that both of them or just one of them?
At this point, we can hear an EVP, which sounds pretty similar to Get Out Alive.
Oh, I hear it.
Followed by an unknown female voice saying no. Right after this capture, it appears that Shannon can be seen in the mirror.
How do they not see that? Especially in the mirror, how do they not see that? Like they can't see that? And how do they not hear that either? So she's basically just standing there. Oh yeah, it's so creepy.
One could think that the apparition in the mirror is taking a picture with their iPhone. Ironically, Shannon owned an iPhone, which she had left in the house. But it could also be the officer's reflection. We can't be 100% certain here.
I mean, it could be. She's standing over the mirror.
Her phone's here? Her phone's here.
Yeah, that's the documentary. I saw that.
Does she work?
Yeah, she works from home.
On
Oh, from home.
Netflix.
She works this is her lifeline.
Next, the two officers make it into a closet, which on further inspection appears to be a wardrobe in one of the bedrooms. Listen closely as a faint giggle is being captured in the background.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What in the world is that?
Yeah, they heard that, but they didn't hear everything else. They heard that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What in the world is that? Wow.
Sorry to pause it, but I think from what I heard is that was actually from NK, the girl that Chris was with. I guess Chris was in love with. They're saying that if you listen to, I think, Chris's voicemail from her, that was the same laugh from her. But they're saying that it could also be like a toy, like a shimmer and shine little doll or something like that toy that was somewhere in the closet that I guess that the girls had. There was no toy in there. Even though I saw the documentary, there was like, I guess there was other like toys in there, but there was no shimmer and shine like toy in there. So and it sounded weird because it sounded like Nicole, so that was kind of disturbing.
Go in there, step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy.
It sort of sounds like it.
The two officers clearly heard the laughing child as well. And now we're looking for explanations of where this giggle could have originated from. But of course they had no idea.
Dang, how many
Something. There was.
shoes she
I heard
had?
it.
Did you hear it?
I did.
Sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't it? Or a kid.
It did.
Dang, Shannon has so many shoes.
Because all he did was go straight in
And all
there.
those purses, like, dang, how much money do they even have? Like, dang.
That was strange. Well, we're making note of that.
I heard it. I definitely heard the same thing you did.
Yeah, and then he just sort of turned around and looked. I just...
Yeah, they couldn't find it either.
Now what is pretty interesting is that Chris's mistress, called Nicole, left a pretty ominous voice message on his phone. I find it is super close to the giggles we just heard moments ago. Make of it what you want. Coincidence? Maybe.
I think not.
Hi.
Yeah.
It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi.
And that was a stupid laugh too. Seriously, I hate those laughs.
Let's listen to some more EVPs captured in this residence.
I'm sorry, I hate those laughs. I hate those.
Yes.
Oh, I hear it.
Yes.
That's probably Bella, I think. I'm saying, how did they not hear those? And I knew that Shannon too. 'Cause I did hear that Shannon loved that house. It had to be Shannon.
On the following night, neighbors informed the police that the woman had been seen and recorded by CCTV camera entering the house of the Watts family. What is pretty unexplainable, though, is the fact that she apparently has never left the house afterwards. Also, the squad noticed that the lights in the garage had been turned on.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video. I think even one of the officers were.
Anybody in the house?
Yeah, I think even one of the officers
Police department, anybody in the house, make yourself known.
was like disturbed
Right
to go in
after
the
that
kitchen.
charming introduction, the team makes their way in to investigate what was going on in this house. They split up to cover more ground. While exploring, they capture several inexplicable occurrences.
Who's Amanda?
The next we see is that members of the squad are making their way upstairs to check for anybody in the building. Some viewers claim that they see a figure peeking out behind one of the policemen. Let me know if you see anything.
Well, I think I saw that video. They're saying that was probably Bella, because Bella was in pajamas when she died by Chris, or she was killed by Chris. So that could have been Bella. 'Cause I think Bella's room was right where he was standing, on the left side. That was Bella's room. So that could have been her, or could have been her. But that was creepy. I saw that in the documentary. And that was disturbing. I was like, how did they not see that? She was right there. How did they not see it?
Possibly the shadow of Bella. While this officer is guarding the dining area, a shadow seems to have moved quickly from the right to the left. Other viewers also state that they could see a shadow on the chair and unusual activity on the right.
That could have been Shannon too. I don't know. But I know he was scared to go in the kitchen.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, it looked like he did not want to go in there, which I don't blame him. It was dark.
It appears that the man also saw something, but who knows? Thank you so much for watching. See you all next time, and stay frosty.
Will do. Frosty. But yeah, that was a nice house. It was like, I think, a 5 bedroom and 4 bathroom, but it was a pretty good house. I know there was an update after that. After he sold the house, the Miller family came in, I think in 2023 or something like that. So I think the house was abandoned until, I think, till 2022 or 2023. And I remember that the Miller family came in, and I remember there was some controversy with them too. It was the same thing with the Watts family. The Miller family suffers the same thing, but except the only difference is that they had 3 kids, and the wife was the one that cheated on her husband, or she was accused of cheating. Because I think, from what I remember, that her husband, I think, was out at work or something like that, and it was just her and her best friend, which I think was a girl. And I think, from what I remember, that they accidentally kissed each other or something like that. And I guess when the husband came, saw them do that, he got mad and he basically smacked like a wine glass out of her hand. And I guess she felt kind of threatened or scared, thinking that he was going to do something to her, which he didn't. All he did was just smack a glass out of her hand. That was it. Then I remember she called 911, so he got arrested. But except, it was different from the Watts family. He didn't actually kill anyone, so at least the wife and the kids are still alive and safe. But he just got arrested for domestic violence, when basically he didn't do anything. He didn't put her hands on her. He didn't do anything else. Just smack a glass out of her hand. That's it. How is that bad? But I think some of them were also siding with him, saying like, he's not doing anything wrong, and that it was the wife's fault, not him. But at the same time, they're also siding with the wife and this and that. And they're saying that house was kind of like bad news or something like that. And so basically, the house is now up for sale again. As of now, I think it was up for sale since last year. They were only there for like 3 months. 3 months. And then they had to put the house up for sale. So I think it's now abandoned, if I remember. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to buy that house at this point, but it was abandoned. But I think it's like $650,000 or something like that. But it's a nice house, but yeah, it was just, I would not live in there. I would not live in there. Maybe I'll go, if there was, maybe I'll go for a tour inside to see what it looks like, but I'm not going to live in there. Like, heck no. But yeah, that was horrible, and for what he did, he did not have to do that. He could have just divorced her and that's it, because their plan was to split up and get divorced, and that was it. But I guess he felt threatened when she said that he wasn't going to see the kids anymore. So I guess he thought that he was going to lose the kids, and I guess that made him mad, and that's what made him did all this. But yeah, he did not have to do that. He could have just divorced her, and that's it. Go be with someone else. That's it. And she would have been alive. Same with the kids. They would have been alive, and they would have went somewhere else. But yeah, anyways, if you want me to react to any other videos, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.